Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leather Supply. Recently, we made a crossbody clutch. Came out nicely. How about we do this? Let's add to it. How about a matching tassel? These are so easy to do and they look good. All right, so anything I use in this video, weaverleathersupply.com or check below. We've got links going to take you straight to the website. Also, if you want to know when our videos release, just click your notifications. You'll know exactly when these come out. So let's start off by stepping over to our pattern table. No need for a digital pick here. Every bit of this is entirely up to us. Now for our sample, we're going to go 2.5 inches wide, about 6.5 centimeters, by 8 inches long, about 20 centimeters. On our bands, we're going to go about 3/16 of an inch. Now I keep saying that, nothing here has to be absolutely perfect, and it's still going to look good. But what we're going to do, two things. Well, first off, this first band, we're going to cut that wider because we're going to flip this over. We're going to glue that down, give that some room for a loop. Yeah, there we go. Then we're going to glue that down, then we'll roll this across. In fact, let's do that. We'll see what we're doing. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm using veg tan a little bit thicker on this one, but it's easier to see. So there's our tassel and we've got our loop. Now another point here, we're going 2.5 inches width here. We can go as long as we want. That's just going to make a thicker and thicker tassel. But I'm trying to keep this a little bit thin so it will match our smaller clutch that we've recently done. So on our last two, this is 2.5 wide. Yeah, get those strands down. Those last two, very hard to cut consistently. And you'll see what I'm talking about. But in all honesty, I've just added a little extra distance to our width. So if we don't get a consistent cut there, we just trim those off and we're fine. All right, so we got a feel for what we're doing. Let's go cut our leather. To match our clutch, we're going to go with our illusion leather, and this is the color we used. That's Rainstorm. But I have to say, the garnet, the brownie, these are all beautiful. So let's do this. We're going to cut our tassel out of the Rainstorm, but while I'm at it, I'm just going to cut one out of each one of these colors for two reasons. First off, we've got multiple options as to how we connect our tassel to some hardware. But secondly, my wife loves purse dangles. All right, let's cut some leather. First step, let's cut our blank 2.5 inches by 8 inches. Now, always on softer leathers, thinner leathers, new blade or sharp blade every time. Yeah, makes the whole thing so very easy. Good, we've got that. Now on this, we're going to come down 1 inch. Oddly enough, that arm on our straight edge is 1 inch. On our square is 1 inch. So I'm just going to drop that across the top. So our first band needs to be 1/4 inch wide, give or take. So what I'd like to do with this thinner leather, let's make a single cut. Yeah, there we go. Make a single light cut, come back and finish the cut. Now, from here on out, I'm just going to do my best to hit somewhere around 3/16 of an inch. Let's hold our square down. Good. And let's just work our way across, trying to keep my line roughly right up there. Again, does not have to be absolutely perfect. Now, one good point here. On my square, we sell our square with the non-slip tape, but it's just got 1 inch band, a 1 inch band down the center. What I would like to do, so I'm going to buy an extra foot of that tape. We sell it, and then I'm going to lay that in on both sides so that when we're pressing down on a thinner weight leather, that's going to press that down. What can happen if we don't do that? Yeah, there we go. Now I've got an air pocket under there. So that piece of leather can move around on us. Very frustrating. Now as I get down to the end, notice when I press down on my square, it lifts up. That's what makes it difficult to cut these last few strands. Yeah, that's starting to get a little squirrely right there. Let's try one more. Yeah, getting a little squirrely over there. Let's leave it right where it is. And in fact, that one's not bad. So let's just trim off one. That's all we need. Okay, so that's ready to go. I'm going to do the same thing to the other 3 colors. Now a couple points while I make our last few cuts here. When we're cutting thinner, more softer leather, if we keep our blade angle down very low, that will help us. But also, this is our poundo board. This allows our blade to sink in just a little bit so we get a much cleaner cut. Now, one point as we get over to this edge, what we could do, we could drop in a piece of scrap right there. That keeps our square from leaning or falling off the edge. Problem is that now we're pressing on this and that piece of leather moves almost freely. Yeah, it's tough to get over there, but I'm just going to trim that piece off. There we go. Now we've got good tassels. All right, these are going to look good. One more step. Let's add glue, and we're done here. Let's start with our garnet. We'll come back to our rainstorm because on that, we're going to add a piece of hardware. So on this, we've got our first band, the 1/4 inch. Let's lay this out, and I'm going to put my square next to that. And all this will make sense here in just a second, where and how we're going to add the glue. So, with our contact cement, this is our S18. This comes in a pint. Good size for us crafters. Now, we're not going to use a lot of this, so I'd like to get as much as I can off of this, just so it doesn't drip on us. Now, right here, so we've got a 1-inch spine. So let's come down, let's add contact cement to that 1 inch. Just a bit, and again, doesn't have to be perfect here. We're not going to see this. All right, let's come down to the bend back. Let's add another inch. Good. Now, let's flip this over because down here, we're going to skip an inch, and then on the flesh side, let's do an inch. Yeah, again, this is going to make sense here in just a minute. Good. Okay, let's leave that there. Give that about 5 minutes. Let that glue dry, wick in. And 5 minutes, give or take, with contact cement. What we're looking for, looks dry, feels dry, but it's tacky, all right? Now, the reason we're doing this is because with contact cement, we need it on both pieces that are going to be bonded together, all right? So, let's bend that back up. There's that 1st inch. Press that down. Good. Now, our 2nd inch, let's bring this down. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got our loop. Okay, let's press that down. Feels like a good bond. Okay, so now let's take this. We're going to roll this around. Yeah, a little hard to see with my hand, but let's roll this tight. Good, we've got that. Now, with our marking pen, I'm just going to put a small mark there, but I'm also going to put a line, a little point on it facing that way. That'll make sense here in just a second. So let's unroll that. Now on this, we're going to add glue in 2 places. On the back, we're going to add glue all the way across our spine, but on the front, we're only going to add glue down to that line. But this is going to be a little help. When we're going to a top grain, typically contact cement, it can roll off. So let's take our small hand rougher and let's just rough up that top grain right to that line. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now with our contact cement, I know I've got a brand new bottle there, and we're not using much here. There we go. All right, let's add glue to this area. And let's go right off that edge. Okay, now let's flip this over. We can put a little piece of scrap there or whatnot to absorb that glue. But really on this, if it doesn't contact anything, it can roll right off. So now on our back, let's go all the way across. And let's get that right to the edge. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now let's just let that hang off the edge there. We're going to give that 5 minutes dry time. Okay, let's take this from the back side, starting with our loop. Let's see if we can get a better side of that. I'm going to roll this. Now, I didn't mention this small detail, but on our veg tan sample, I did our bend back towards our flesh side. But if we go towards our top grain side, then the outside of our loop is top grain. Yeah, there we go. And we've got a very nice tassel. Now, this inside piece, we could always trim this off if we want to. Yeah, there it is. There we go. We could trim that. I typically just leave it. Seems to give it a little bit of body. Okay, next up, let's do the same thing to this piece. And another 5 minutes. Now, the one key point with contact cement, we need this to dry, because if it's wet and we push this together, things are going to move around on us. But if it's good and dry, when we tack that down, it stays right there. Okay, but before we bend that over, let's add one of our small scissor snaps. Yeah, okay, there we go. And again, let's twist this, mark it, and add glue. And a little more dry time. Okay, let's roll this. And a nice looking tassel there with hardware. Very cool. I'm just going to glue the other two. Then we'll take a look at some options. And the last one, well, those all look good. I love the brownie. It's got kind of an antique copper patina to it. Very nice. And how easy are those? All right, let's look at some options for connecting these to our projects. Well, I have to say, that's a nice addition to our clutch. So, connecting these to projects right off the bat, this is literally called a tassel cover. Swivels, it's got a clip. Now, it's much larger tassel. I would say on that, maybe 6 to 6.5 inches of width, but it also makes a great end for a trunk handle. Now, on the split rings, we've got multiple finishes here. We can always match hardware. And our jump rings, we sell these, again, multiple sizes, multiple finishes. We've got all kinds of small clips, and I love these. We actually use these on our clutch. It's a D with a screw in it. These look great, gonna make great purse dangles, keychains, all kinds of places we can put these. A nice touch, purse, bag, pouch. So many places we can add a tassel, and it really dresses up a project. I hope you have a great time making your tassels, and I hope they are beautiful. Good luck with your projects.